Jambo Kenya, hope you are doing fine wherever you are watching me from. I just want to say thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Today, I want to talk about the new immigrants in the US. And I will start by posing a question. Let's say you've immigrated to the US through Diversity Visa Lottery Program. What are the natural steps you have to take for you to have a smooth transition? Yes, I know it's the dream of every immigrant to have a smooth sail here in the US, to have a smooth transition here in the US from the host place to the independent life. That's the dream of everyone. So, today, if you are a new immigrant, this is the right channel for you. Today, I will be setting you up for success. First and foremost, I'm a DV 2023 Diversity Visa Lottery winner, and that's how I came to the US. So, basically, I will be talking out of my own experience as well as the experiences of others I've interacted with. Important. So, what's the first step? Remember, some of these steps, let me say this, some of these steps, some of them are within your control, some of them are not within your control. It could be the government or it could be the host. So let's start. First of all, congratulations for getting that visa, diversity visa, lottery visa. The first thing, you will need to wait for the social security. That's the first step. With that, you don't need to do anything, especially if you came through diversity visa lottery, you don't need to do anything about it. Mine took about 10 days. I've heard some people say 1 week, theirs took 1 week, theirs took 3 weeks. It doesn't take long. Remember, the moment you land here in the US, the social security officers will be alerted that you've landed in the US, and then your social security card will be mailed to your host address. So you don't need to do anything about that. Unless, of course, your social security card delays. Then that way you'll need to go to their offices and make what? Inquiries. That's the first thing. The first thing is to wait. That's the first thing. Okay. The second step or the second thing is to wait also for the green card. Mine took about 26 days. Normally, I've heard some people say theirs took 1 month. Some said 2 months. Some even 3 months. Green card is beyond you. Yes, you will not control how fast it will be produced. No. Previously, I used to think that if you pay your green card in Kenya, it's likely to be produced early enough when you arrive here in the US. But recently, there is a friend of mine who arrived in the US and paid the green card in the US. And his green card never took long. It took only maybe 3 weeks. No, it's 1 month, I mean. So I don't think it makes any difference to pay in your home country or to pay here in the US. And maybe somebody may ask, what's the amount? It's $220 US. So you have to wait for the green card, which may take 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months, depending on the state. So that's beyond you. You don't even need to worry about that. Now, after you get your social security, let me remind you, mine took 26 days to get. After you get social security and your green card, the next step will be for you now. I suggest, this is my recommendation, and it will depend on the nature of your host. Remember, some hosts are good, some are weird. I don't want to say bad, some are weird. So the next step is to go and open a bank account. Why am I saying this? Because very soon you will be looking for a job. So you'll need somewhere to put your money, where your money will be channeled to. So bank account. And for the bank account, what is required? So you have to take your passport, your green card, your social security card, and what? A proof of residence. And when I say proof of residence, it's at least 2 mails sent under your name to your host address. So when you receive social security, I know there is this envelope. It will be inside an envelope with your name and then mailing address. Make sure you keep that safe. Also, when you receive your green card, it will have also an envelope. Make sure you take care of that. Keep it safe because you will be using the two envelopes as the proof of residence while opening a bank account. I know some bank accounts may require some other stuffs, but others are quite easy to open. They will just require your passport, your social, your what proof of residence, and then green card, and that's it. After opening now your bank account, the next step would be to get a phone number or the phone. Why am I saying the phone? Because maybe for some people, the phone that you came with to the US may have the capability to be used here also. You can insert the SIM card. I don't know. But for most people, you will need to buy a new phone. And luckily here in the US, you don't have to pay in cash. You can choose to be paying monthly installment. And if you have a good host can buy that phone on your behalf or that SIM card plan on your behalf. Then when you are stable enough, you will take cover. That's it will depend on your host. I remember for my case, how I got my phone and phone number. A friend of mine, just somebody I don't know, we are not even related, just decided that okay, we've been staying with this person. Okay, I was helping him with some work. And then he said, okay, I think you need a phone. I'll buy for you a phone so that when you are stable enough, you will pay me whatever I used, and then you will take over the ownership of the phone plan. That's what that guy, God bless that person. We are not even related. Yes. So for my case, it was not even the host who provided the phone and the phone numbers. It was somebody, a friend. And that's why it's a good thing to develop a relationship. Whenever you go anywhere, just be nice, talk with people. Yeah, that's how I got my iPhone. Yes. By the way, my first phone here in the US is iPhone, was what? Sorry. iPhone 13. Being nice. Take advantage of every opportunity. Why is the phone number important? It is important because the next step will be to look for a job. And while looking for a job, they will require your phone number so that they contact you for the interviews. Understood? So that's how I got mine. For some people, I've heard some people whereby the host aliweza kununua simu na phone plan, alafu wakiwa stable wakalipa the host. For some people, I don't know about you. Pray that your host is a good person enough who will realize that you don't have much money, but you need a phone. And interestingly, for the you don't need to buy an iPhone. You can buy something paid off, something like Samsung. Just pay it once. You don't need to pay monthly installments. You can easily find a phone worth 200, 300, and then you buy a different. You buy what? A SIM card, eSIM. It can be AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, and so forth. Very important to have the phone number or the phone. As I have said earlier, some things are beyond you, some things are within your control. So pray that you get the right host. Or if you are already in the US, pray that your host is somebody who will understand you and your situation. I know some hosts are from hell, are weird. So, what's the next step? After getting the phone, and the next step will be to understand the transportation system. Ask yourself, within my zip code, is there public transport around me? Is there a subway? Is there, what do we call, trains, buses, whatever, within my zip code? Am I able to use them without the need of a car? If you have them, you are very lucky. Then the next thing, again, to do with transportation, you may need to do a driving skill test, basically a knowledge test and the driving skill test, so that you may get driving license. Remember, here in the US, a car is a basic need. It will make your life easier here in the US if you have a car, because sometimes you may apply for a job which is far away. But if you have a car, you can easily commute to and from. So, understanding the public transport system and getting the driving license. I know, obviously, with driving license, you may get learner's permit first, or depending on your state. Let's say you are coming from Kenya, you have your driving license from Kenya. Then when you come here, depending on the state you go to, they may accept you to do knowledge test, the driving skill test, and then they convert that into the standard regular driving license. That's what Maryland is doing. If you are going to Maryland, you have your foreign driving license, you just do the knowledge test and then skill test. If you pass, they will just transfer. They give you the Maryland driving license. I don't know about other states, but very important. Now, after all this, now the phone, the learner's permit or driving license, whatever, it's now time to look for jobs. That is very important, to look for jobs. And maybe somebody may ask, how will I start looking for jobs? The first thing, you can start with the stores around you. Maybe it could be Walmart, Home Depot, Walgreens, whatever, all this, Amazon. You can visit their websites, and then within their website, you will see a place where there is vacancies, jobs, careers. You click there and then you apply. And then obviously you will leave your contacts there. They will be able to call you or email you. That's one way, visiting the website of the company you want to work with. Is it with or for? Oh yeah, for. Kiingereza. So, visit the website. That's what I did. How I got a job with Home Depot is that I visited their website. Okay, I tried also Indeed. You can also try Indeed. You go there, look for jobs. But the issue with Indeed is that they will sell your personal information to different third-party companies. Yes, I did that, but the problem was that I would always get these spam emails, whatever. They sell your data. That's the one problem with Indeed. There are so many other agencies you can use. Another way of getting a job here in the US is walk-in. Sometimes you may walk in. If you see somewhere where they say, okay, here we are hiring, you just walk there, or you call that number, you book appointment, you go there, you walk in, naingia ndani. And then you will go and talk with those people. They give you some, okay, if they accept you, they will onboard you, they will give you some training, and you start job. Walk in. Sometimes it could be through referrals. Let's say maybe your host is working in the health sector, maybe CNA thingy or whatever. And I've seen people wanakuwa referred. There is referral. Somebody can refer you to, yeah, you see, can recommend you. It's also possible. There are many other ways of getting jobs here in the US. Yes, through agencies, through the websites, walk-ins, and so forth. And then when you are looking for a job, make sure you are looking the jobs within your zip code. They should not be so far away in such a way that you will be a burden to your host. Remember, For the first few days or few weeks, or yeah, your host could be taking you to and fro to that place of work. So be considerate when looking for a job. Usitafute yenye iko mbali, muanze vita na host. And remember, it's natural kugongana wacha niseme, how do I say this? It's common for your personalities to clash, you and the host. So don't be surprised if you don't get along with the host. It's natural. Amukuzaliwa nyumba moja, you are not born in the same house, you have different personalities, so naturally you will clash with your host. So prepare your mind that way so that you are not surprised. Even if your host is so nice, don't be misled. If you have the opportunity to get work and move out while you are still in good times, you are very lucky. So kukosana na host is common. Na ni common, sijaona mwenye hajai kosana. So that's it. Getting jobs. And then when you get jobs, you will also, the next step will be to think of now getting a credit card and building your credit history. Yeah, that's what I did. Somebody advised me, okay, you may get so many different advices. Nilikuwa napata advices, some of them are wrong. Mtu anakuambia, hey, don't get a credit card. Oh, it will be this and this. But for me, I was lucky. The same guy who bought for me and my wife iPhones advised me to get the credit card, and I don't regret. Then I started building my credit score. I remember I started with Capital One. They gave me 500, and you don't have to use the whole of 500. Then I opened a Chase account. They gave me 2,500. Then I opened up to now. I also have one for Navy Federal. I now get 20,000. I don't have to use the whole of 20,000 USD. No, it's just you can use as I normally use 5%, but for you, you can decide maybe anything below 30%. It should not be more than 30%, and then you repay. When you repay, you will get some scores, and that's how I got to have one of the highest scores. I think as somebody with finance background, it has really helped me because my credit score is heading toward 800 in a few days. 800. So can you imagine? Mpaka hata wasungu wanashanga, how did you got this high credit score? Yeah, you have to learn. You have to invest in YouTube, get to the videos. Yeah, listen to those people talking about credit score and how to build your credit score and history. Watch those videos. That's what I did. And don't be discouraged when you apply for credit. They give you 200, 500. No, don't worry. Mimi nilianzia 500, 2,500, nikaenda 7,500, 20,000 now. And yeah, that's it. But I only use a small percentage. So is credit history and credit score here in the US is a big deal. You need to dedicate your time to learn more about it. There is a video I made about this, but I don't know if people are interested with that. But it's very important to learn something called statement date, closing date. Yes, I really know how to master those stuff. That's why my credit score is way higher. So that's another step. Getting credit card and building your credit score after getting your job. Okay, after now working, you can decide to enroll in insurance. Some insurances can be employer sponsored. Your employer can can give you some percentage of insurance. It could be partial or full insurance, 100%. Yeah. And then also you may need to look for Medicaid. You go to that website, see if you you are eligible to apply. You qualify. See if you qualify. Yes. See, look for the community resources about that, about those insurance. You have to do research on your own. And then, if you are interested in adventures, traveling around, getting citizenship within a very short time, you can also consider joining US military. Yes. Some people may say Nico biased. You can consider joining US military. And that's what I did. I worked previously with Home Depot. And then I joined US military. It's one of the ways of getting out of your host place as soon as possible. Yes, it will facilitate you to move from your host place. It will give you stability. And you can sign maybe 4 years contract or 6 years contract. And when your contract ends, you do your own stuff. That's one of the ways. And I think for me, military has really helped me. I'm now about 2 years. Okay, by April next year, it will be 2 years. So 2 more years will be remaining. And then I'm done. I get all my benefits. I'm now a citizen. Hmm? I'm now a citizen, US citizen. And then all these other benefits, school benefits. If I want to study after the end of my contract, I can do that. I know. Alternatively, for some people, maybe you are interested with anything healthcare. That should also be the next step. By the way, I like anything healthcare also. That was my original aim, but I ended up do joining military. So here in the US, it's about flexibility. I never thought that I will join US military. No, but being pragmatic, being realistic, made me to make quick decisions. So I know you are coming from a developing country, but here in the US, life is fast paced. So you need to learn how to make quick decisions within a shortest time so that you transition from one stage to another. Just the way I did. Yeah. Okay, kuna kitu si kusema. Obviously, after getting job and driving license, you may decide to buy a car. Yeah, a cheap car, affordable car, second-hand car. It's okay. Those are the steps which will help you to transition smoothly here in the US. Like I have said, some are beyond you and some are within your control. And most importantly, if you have a good relationship with your host, it will be for the better. Maybe to rewind or summarize, waiting for the social security, green card. After green card, you open a bank account. There is also phone and phone number, driving license, understanding the public transport system within your zip code, looking for a job, getting employed, building your credit history or credit score. And then for some people, consider joining US military or maybe nursing. You can start with CNA. By the way, the training for certified nurse assistant is almost a month. For some states, it's about 2 weeks. And then you work. And then sometimes you may also be required to do more than one work, maybe three three jobs a day or maybe 2 jobs a day. It will depend on the needs you have. So I'm just trying to sharpen you so that you have that mindset, American mindset of kujituma. In Swahili tunasema kujituma, taking the initiative. So those people who are not used to online applications, most of the time you're asking, how can I do this? What's the age requirement for this? Some of those things you can Google. So learn to make use of, here in the US now, very important, as a new immigrant, you will need to learn how to make use of Google, ChatGPT, online, YouTube, so that you maneuver very easily. Because you may not get information from people. So you'll be forced to dig the information yourself. Yeah, that's why I always encourage people to do research on their own, to do stuff, just a way of building you. Yes. And that's why having a laptop or a computer here in the US is also important. So, in case I have forgotten anything, put it on the comment section, especially if you are a new immigrant or if you are intending to immigrate to the US within maybe soon, let me say soon, or within a short time. This video is for you. Learn what to expect and learn how to manage your expectations. And then also, you'll also need to learn how to manage people back at home. People will be milking you dry. People back at home wana assume tuko na pesa mingi sana. Omba. So as a new immigrant, you will need to balance your needs, the needs of those who are back home. And yeah, you have to be realistic. You don't have to be giving out money day in, day out. Understood? So those are the steps you have to take as a new immigrant in the US for you to have a smooth transition. And when I say smooth transition, it means what? Having your own house, living in your own house, having your own car, having your own money, deciding your own jobs, which careers to pursue. Yes, that's about transition. Thank you so much. God bless you.